Alright guys, so not forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel and if you enjoyed this video as always. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this real quick because it's kind of annoying me. It's honestly kind of annoying me because I keep seeing this comment from a bunch of, I don't know, I guess I could call them big Tyson Fury fans, maybe even Tyson Fury fanatical fans, but I keep seeing this. If you actually go to the rankings, and I will put a photo of the rankings, well, a photo of the rankings of the heavyweight rankings should be up here on the screen. If you look at the rankings, right, you see that Tom Schwartz is ranked higher than Jarrell Miller when it comes to the WBO heavyweight rankings, right? You see that the number one guy is Dillian Whyte, the second guy is Tom Schwartz, and the third guy is Jarrell Miller. So I keep seeing Tyson Fury fans trying to justify the fact that Tyson Fury is facing Tom Schwartz by saying, oh, look, how can you go around trashing Tom Schwartz as a opponent for somebody like Tyson Fury to defend his lineal status when he's ranked higher in the WBO rankings than Jarrell Miller? So that means he's a better fighter than Jarrell Miller because the WBO has him ranked higher. Here's the thing. Let me educate you. Here's the thing. I told you guys in the past, and I'll continue to tell you guys this. When it comes to the rankings, a lot of the times, the dudes who are in the rankings, not all of them, but I would say like, let's just keep it at 50%. I would say at least 50% of the people who are in the top 15 of a sanctioning body rankings, they are picked out of obscurity. They're picked out of obscurity and they're thrown in there, right? And I look at that as they're put in there so a champion could have an easy fight with that guy. There are some legit contenders in the top rankings that legitimately worked their way up and fought legitimate competition to earn the right to be, in the top 10, to be number 1, to be number 2, to be number 5. But then there's guys like Tom Schwartz who did absolutely nothing, gets picked out of obscurity, and literally gets plucked out of obscurity and gets thrown in the top 15 rankings. Tom Schwartz is ranked as the number 2 guy right behind Dillian Whyte. What the fuck did Tom Schwartz do? Just ask yourself this question. What the fuck did Tom Schwartz do to make him the second best guy in the WBO rankings right behind Dillian Whyte? I mean, let's just compare Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte fought Joseph Parker, a former champion. Dillian Whyte fought Lucas Brown, a former champion. Dillian Whyte fought Derek Chisora, a guy who gives everybody hell, right? Compare that to the bums that Tom Schwartz fought, right? I don't give two fucks that Tom Schwartz is ranked higher than Jarrell Miller because that doesn't mean jack shit. Any hardcore boxing fan who looks at this image on the screen and sees that Tom Schwartz is ranked higher than Jarrell Miller will think to themselves, that's complete bullshit. There's no way Jarrell Miller should be ranked lower than Tom Schwartz because Jarrell Miller fought way better quality opposition. He fought guys like Washington. He fought guys like Johan Duhaupas. He fought guys like Marius Schwartz. He fought guys who are at least known. So obviously the WBO got this guy, put this guy in the rankings out of obscurity. They literally plucked him out of obscurity and threw him in there. It's kind of like with Deontay Wilder when he was set to fight Chris Arreola. Chris Arreola wasn't in the rankings at all because Chris Arreola had got a gift decision against Travis Kaufman. He was on the slide. He hadn't won a major fight in years. He was just fighting bums. I remember this was years ago. This was like back in 2016. I was looking at Deontay Wilder and I was looking at the rankings and I remember he wasn't there. Then like a few weeks later, he was not in the rankings at all, Chris Arreola. Then like a few weeks later, they announced Deontay Wilder is going to defend his WBC belt against Chris Arreola. Then I looked at the rankings. All of a sudden, Chris Arreola was in the rankings. And I'm like, what the fuck? He wasn't in the rankings 2 weeks ago. But it's like when the WBC heard that Chris Arreola was, that Deontay Wilder was going to defend his belt against Chris Arreola, it's like to say, you know what? We got to make this a credible fight. We got to make this look like a credible fight. So let's pick Chris Arreola out of the top 50 at heavyweight and throw him in there in the top 15 to make it look like a legitimate opponent for Deontay Wilder. This is what a lot of sanctioning body organizations do. They pick dudes who did nothing, fought nothing but bums, and they throw them in there in the top 15, and then they got people like the commentators who go around trying to justify Tyson Fury for cherry picking Tom Schwartz, they got people running around then using that as an excuse. Oh, look, what are you talking about, Rect? Tom Schwartz, he's a legitimate opponent. Look, he's ranked higher than Jarrell Miller, so that means he's better than Jarrell Miller. He's better than Tom Schwartz will get destroyed in under 2 rounds against Jarrell Miller. He's not better than Jarrell Miller just because he's ranked higher. He's put up there because he was picked out of obscurity and they threw him in there. You cannot look at Tom Schwartz and Jarrell Miller and compare their resumes and say to yourself with a smile, with a honest look in your face that, you know, Tom Schwartz is definitely the better deserving to fight for a championship belt because Tom Schwartz, he fought this bum with 19 losses. Yeah, you can't sit there with a straight face and tell me that's that's how you truly feel. Fuck what the rankings say. I'm telling you, I stopped giving a fuck about rankings a long time ago. That don't mean shit. Tom Schwartz being ranked higher than Jarrell Miller means nothing because he hasn't done anything that Jarrell Miller has done. Jarrell Miller hasn't done a lot in his career. I admit that. He hasn't fought no elite boxers. But trust and believe, homie, he's fought way better opposition than Tom Schwartz. These are facts. And that's all I have to say, guys. Thanks for watching. And stop bringing up this fucking excuse that Tom Schwartz is a... Stop trying to justify this cherry pick fucking fight for Tyson Fury by saying, look, Tom Schwartz is ranked in the second in the WBO rankings. That don't mean jack shit. That's it. I'm out. Goodbye.